Hey there, you're here because you're probably looking for a vehicle for financial freedom. My wife and I just 4 years ago were looking and searching for something that we could truly believe in, something that we knew without a shadow of a doubt would not only be around, but something that would create a solid residual income for our family. And for those of you that are watching, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see about the recession. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that we're living in a depressed economy right now. Real estate is down, and the unemployment numbers are at an all-time high. But this is what I want to ask you today. Do you have a plan B? Do you have a spare tire? Is there something that you have that if you were to lose your job tomorrow, if you were to get a pink slip, do you have something to fall back on? I've looked at some numbers and done some studying, and it said that many American families have less than $10,000 saved by the time that they reach retirement. And that is a definite challenge in this economy today. So what I was looking for is something that could absolutely create financial freedom. And I believe that we have found the largest wealth transfer that I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. A lot of people, when they're looking for an opportunity, the very first thing that they say is, I don't have a lot of time. I've got kids, I've got work, I've got this and that. Well, guess what? The beautiful thing about the opportunity you're about to witness is this is something that you can do part-time. You can do, as you work it into your schedule. You can do it full-time if you so choose to, but it's an opportunity that you can truly build on a part-time basis. Not only is it a business that you can work on a part-time basis, it's an industry that has been endorsed by somebody that you just may know. Have you ever heard of Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett stated that during a time of recession or depression, there's 3 areas that you definitely want to focus on in terms of business: alcohol, tobacco, and coffee. Well, let's talk about alcohol. Obviously, you know that most of all, to be successful in the alcohol business, you have to have licenses, you have to have agreements, and in most cases, you have to have a brick and mortar store. When you're talking about tobacco, that kills people, let's face it, right? But coffee is what I'm going to be talking about today. Coffee is the second largest traded commodity. It's actually the second most consumed beverage on the entire planet. As a matter of fact, recent studies have shown that over 75% of people over the age of 18 are actually consuming coffee on a daily basis. Ask yourself for a moment, what is the best form of advertising? Most people will tell you that the best form of advertising is word-of-mouth marketing. There's nothing more powerful than a friend telling a friend. Well, think about this for a moment. AOL became the largest online internet provider in the entire United States of America by inundating people with samples of free internet service through those little discs. Do you remember whenever you got those free little CDs in your mailbox and stacked them up or gave them to the kids or threw them at the dog? Well, guess what? That simple concept of sending out free samples allowed them to become the largest internet provider in the nation. I want you to think for a moment. How many people do you know that drink coffee or tea at least on occasion? When you think about that number, and I want you to imagine for a moment that you're getting paid a residual income on people that are actually consuming coffee. You're getting paid a residual income on the same people that go to Starbucks, that go to McDonald's, that go to Dunkin' Donuts. You can actually start your own franchise-like business that is actually one of the biggest, fastest growing sectors of business in the entire United States. Matter of fact, it's one of the biggest sectors of business growing globally. There's a gentleman by the name of Paul Zane Pilzer that did a study that talked about the new wave of millionaires. He talked about 10 million new millionaires being created from the year 2006 to 2016. And so what I want to do for a couple minutes here is really validate and explain what this industry is and how we've actually participated in there. Mr. Pilzer clearly defines 2 key areas in his work. The first one is intellectual distribution, and basically what that is it's taking a product or service, and instead of selling it to somebody, it's more so educating people that a product or service actually exists. So it's more so based on education and helping people, learn and train them and teach them how to actually share information within a certain business. The second thing that he taught was a disintermediation of wealth. And that's a large majority where these 10 million new millionaires are coming from. What that means is a democratization of American wealth. So that instead of all of the rich people, the Vanderbilts and these people getting all the money, now you and I, average everyday Americans, have an opportunity to capitalize on this new wealth transfer, this shift in the economy because of intellectual distribution. And the franchise-like business model that I'm talking about, that Paul Zane Pilzer talked about, is an industry called the home-based business or the network marketing arena. Sometimes it's been referred to as the direct sales, and sometimes it's been viewed at a negative light as the MLM or multi-level marketing industry. But let me share with you some names that have actually endorsed this industry, not just from a standpoint of saying, hey, this works, but have went as far as actually investing their money, investing their time and resources into them. Let's take Donald Trump, for example. In The Celebrity Apprentice, he talks about the power of online distribution through network marketing. You talk about Robert Kiyosaki, the real estate guru that wrote the popular novel Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You talk about Susie Orman. Also, my good friend, Mr. Richard Branson, multi-billionaire and creator of the Virgin Group, stated several times that network marketing and direct sales is the wave of the future. So what does that mean for you and I? It means that you and I have an opportunity of a lifetime, not only just because these wealthy individuals have actually endorsed the industry, but it's absolutely proven. If the numbers have absolutely skyrocketed since actually going into this recession. The numbers on the S&P 500 for network marketing and direct sales companies have absolutely skyrocketed during this quote-unquote recession or depression. So I want you to think about for a moment. We've taken a product, coffee, that's consumed by millions of Americans every single day. Matter of fact, it's out of 340 million North Americans, 255 plus million drink coffee every single day. So think about having those people available. They're interested in not only consuming your product, but they're also looking forward to actually giving you residual income through their consumption of your product. Let me give you a little bit of information on the track record of the company you'll be partnering up with. This company founded in 2008. The sales in the last quarter of 2008 were about $2 million. In 2009, we did $9 million. In 2010, we went from $9 million in 2009 to $47 million in 2010. And 2011 did $152 million. 2012, over $300 million, ladies and gentlemen. And what I can tell you right now, this will be the next billion-dollar opportunity, but the company is still wide open in North America. We're in over 25 countries globally, and now you and I have an opportunity to partner up and take the world by storm. This massive shift that you're hearing about today is what I'm referring to as coffee deregulation. If you think about for a moment, there was the telecom industry that got deregulated, and there were people that made millions upon millions of dollars. You look at the deregulation of the energy markets that are currently available today, but the only challenge is that there's so many different guidelines and different barriers based upon what city or what state that you're in. But imagine for a moment the barriers on coffee. There's absolutely no barriers on coffee. Everybody drinks it. There's no training necessary. And all we've got to do is take advantage of this huge, massive shift of wealth in the American economy due to coffee deregulation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go out and research what I'm actually telling you. If you paid any attention at all, you've seen McDonald's, you've seen Dunkin' Donuts, you've seen all of these fast food chains of companies started to massively promote coffee. You've even seen the famous sandwich chain Subway selling coffee now, and you've got people standing in line every single morning, not only for breakfast now, but for coffee. They've even renamed some of their locations Subway Cafe. So here's what I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you coffee's not going anywhere, and we're looking for some people that want to join us. We've got an elite group of entrepreneurs here that are taking advantage of this massive shift. We're creating a community not only of coffee drinkers, but Americans that are absolutely getting free from their situations. Americans that are seriously looking for an opportunity where they can create financial freedom like my wife and I have been able to create over the last 4 years. And we're looking to partner with you. So get yourself started. If you want more information, click the link. We definitely look forward to explaining to you in detail this opportunity.